I'm waiting for the sun to get away from the area where I'm working on the van. I'll show you right now and then we'll come back on this. Alright, I'm going to be working in the hot sun here. It's going to be right on my head here. And I got to work on this door over here. What I want to do, and I'll do a proper introduction on that when I get the body work done, is I want to open this door and I want to work on this. This bottom here is worse than the driver's side. So I want to concentrate on doing all this here. Alright, so back on this. What I did is I have a simple cookie can that I had for many years. I had nails in it. I took it out and put another can. And I used the self-etching gray primer on the can, and then I painted it with some cheap black paint. On this side here, if I'd known I was going to do this, I would have just not come through this hole. I would have come straight down in the base of this thing, but that's alright. So what I did is I just used this cover of the can, and these two wires that you see here would go to the battery, and there's 4 holes in there so that I can remove the base, get my screwdriver in there. So and this is silicone down there with Permatex black silicone, and the battery's going to sit here as a cushion, and then this will just go right on top like that, you know, push down, and it'll be like that. Now this battery's been on charge the first time all night long. She held a charge and ran in here. It went down to 6.2 volts at the lowest. Right now, alright, she's 6.71 volts right now, and that's because I just took it off the charger, which has been on all night long, the trickle charger, the 1 amp, which is what I usually use for these gel cells. Done it for years. And if I connect it to this now, it'll probably be pulled down, but I don't know how long it would take to pull it down. I looked up on the internet, and these here run, I think, 8 hours or something like that on a charge. So we're not going to run it now, but I am going to put the battery in. And now basically the battery is just going to sit in this. This is foam rubber here that I just cut, and I had pieces and I just cut it up and put it in here, so that this will just be pushed down in here when the cover's on. And I'll probably have to put a couple of screws in here to hold it in, which is going to be a pain in the neck when I need to charge it, to take it out. But it was better than having the battery on the side like this and carrying 2 separate pieces. So I'm going to connect that up now, and we're going to give it a quick test here. One of my viewers said, you know, test these things with a blade of grass. Not on this. There's not enough voltage. It won't do anything. It kills bugs, but it doesn't go snap and crackle and pop, you know. Unlike the fly swatter that I have, that does. So I think it's very low current and low voltage. I had thought maybe it's up as much as 6,000 volts, but I can tell by the little spark by just sticking in a screwdriver, small screwdriver blade in here, that it is not. That's not the case. Hopefully, I'm still on camera. Connect the battery up here. Okay. Now, this is pretty heavy, trying to depend on the wires to hold it. So, I don't know if you can see that. But we just take it. Oh, she's already on. Alright, let me just turn it off here a minute. Alright, she's on there, but I'm going to have to put a couple of screws in here, self-tapping screws, because you obviously are not going to pick this up without having this business happening. So the battery's laying in there, and it won't bang around or anything. So what I'm going to do is just put a couple screws in here just to hold it. That's all. I'm going to turn it on here. Got to hold this. Okay, she's on. This is the blade of grass test. Doesn't work on this, I'm pretty sure, because there's not enough voltage. No, see, there's nothing. I might not be in focus. There's nothing. She's hitting the grids and nothing. There's a screwdriver. Okay, but the blade of grass thing don't work on this here. Whereas on this one, you can hear it. But on the Harbor Freight, nothing. There's the Harbor Freight. Alright, I just pushed the button once, and this is the $5 one for Motion State Job Lot. And the same thing. They snap with metal objects. This one will snap on grass. This will not, but this will kill bugs. Alright, well, I got the camera on the meter. Now this is after I ran it for that short time here. Let's just see what the meter's reading here. 6.57, so this is the original battery that was in there. So I guess 2 separate nights of charging all night long rejuvenated it. That doesn't always happen. So what I'm going to do here with the battery out of here for now, I'm going to drill 2 small holes, have a couple of screws coming through to hold the bottom on so it doesn't fall off, so that I can remove and charge the battery. Now, had I known that this battery was good, because it was stone dead, it was only reading 1/10 of a volt when I pulled it out of here and tested it. So it looked hopeless, so it's a lot easier to do it this way, I guess. It's not exactly the most convenient way. But anyways, we're going to make the holes for the screws here and put 2, maybe 4 screws in the bottom here to hold it in. And with the switch off, we should be able to just leave the battery in there until it's time to charge it. It'd be a pain in the neck to have to keep pulling it off, but hey, it's only $1 yard sale find anyway, so I'm not going to get too crazy about it. I do want to get on the body work, and that's what I'm waiting for, and once it gets shaded over there. Alright, this is ending up to be another long video. I got a hole drilled here, and we put a self-tapping Phillips screw in here. We'll see if this is going to be big enough. Yep. So that's why I have so many of these left over, and I've been using them for little projects, and they work very well. Alright, now that's only 2 screws in that, and I'm going to put 2 more in there. I'll do that off camera, and because the weight of the battery, and these screws, you know, you got to be careful because they just spin right around in here. So nothing fancy, it's just to keep the base from falling off. And if they get stripped out, it's only a thin coffee can, cookie can, and so if it gets stripped out, I can just use a bigger screw in there, I guess. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is to put 2 more screws in. There'll be a total of 4 in here. Okay, I got the 4 screws in here. Now, because I didn't mark these exactly, the cover has to obviously be in the right position. So I'll just put a mark with some paint or something here. No big deal, just so I know what screw lines up once you get the cover turned to where you want it. Because I got to take this out and put the battery in yet, but now at least she is functionable without having to carry the battery separate. Everything's all self-contained, which is what it originally was anyways, but you know, sometimes you have to make these modifications. Now, I'm not sure about this clock, what this is supposed to do, and I'm not sure about this thing here. It doesn't light up. I was looking on the internet, and this thing apparently comes with a remote control. Well, I don't have the remote control, nor did I have the charger, as I mentioned in the other video. So, anyways, I'm going to put the battery in, because obviously it's holding the charge now. And tonight I'll probably try it out. I did try it out the other night with the battery external, of course, and there was dead bugs on here, but there was absolutely no sparking or zapping action whatsoever. And I don't think it's strong enough to make a dramatic spark fireworks type of deal. Okay, this video is ending up to be longer than I want it to be, but this is just a piece of masking tape here just to line up this. It takes some effort to push this down to line it up because of the foam rubber, but the battery is in there and it's got 4 screws in there. It's not exactly convenient to take apart to charge it. Oh, that's going to be a pain, but alright, I'm going to turn the switch on, and there she is. She's lit, and that's it. Thank you for watching.